Today's story follows a girl who gets trapped on a deadly island. And trust me, what she faces there will send chills down your spine. The kind of danger, the cannibals, and the brutal creatures on that island are something you can't even imagine. So let's begin this story called The Hunted. The story starts near the sea, where a group of workers is getting ready to leave. They are all boarding a small boat. Among them, we see a young girl named Whale. She is traveling with her younger brother, Toy. All of these people are going to Europe to find work and start a better life. Whale is also going with the same hope, but inside, Whale is very nervous. This is the first time she is traveling so far from home, and that too with the responsibility of her younger brother. She tries to stay strong, but her fear is clearly visible on her face. After some time, the boat moves deep into the sea. For everyone on board, this journey is very big and important because none of them has ever been to Europe before. Along the way, they start talking to each other. Some share their dreams, some talk about their families, and slowly they begin to feel a little comfortable. We are also introduced to a man named Jack, who is controlling the boat. He seems strict and serious. Along with him, there are two siblings named John and Lucky. As the journey continues, we will meet more people, so just stay with the story. As night falls, the boat keeps moving forward in the dark sea. Everything seems quiet for a while, but suddenly something goes wrong. The boat stops working in the middle of the ocean. Everyone is shocked. Fear spreads quickly. People start asking what will happen now. Jack tries again and again to fix the boat, but nothing works. This makes the situation even worse. It's their first long journey, and now they are stuck in the middle of the sea with no help around. Panic takes over. People begin to shout and lose control. Seeing this, Jack gets angry. He pulls out a gun and threatens everyone. He says that if anyone makes noise, he will shoot them. Hearing this, everyone becomes silent. They sit quietly, but inside they are filled with fear and hopelessness. Now reaching Europe feels almost impossible. After some time, things get even worse. A huge storm suddenly hits the sea. Strong winds start blowing, and massive waves crash against the boat. The boat begins to shake badly and loses its balance. Everyone struggles to survive, but the storm is too powerful. Some people get badly injured, and some are thrown into the sea and disappear forever. It becomes a nightmare. When the storm finally ends, only a few people are left alive, and among those survivors are Whale and her little brother Toy. The next morning, when Whale opens her eyes, she sees nothing but water all around her. There is no land, no direction, just the endless ocean. For a moment, she feels completely lost. Soon, we see that a few others have also survived the storm. Zineb and Malik are there, along with Jack, John, and Lucky. But no one knows where they are or what to do next. There is no sign of help anywhere. Everyone feels confused, scared, and helpless. As time passes, the heat starts getting worse. The sun becomes very strong, and the boat feels like it's burning. Their bodies begin to weaken. The situation becomes even more serious when Whale's younger brother, Toy, suddenly faints because of the heat. Whale gets very scared. She starts thinking, what if something happens to him? How will she survive without her brother? She feels completely helpless. Seeing Toy unconscious, John quickly asks Jack for water so they can wake him up, but Jack refuses. He says they must save the water because they don't know how long they will be stuck there. Hearing this, John gets very angry. He shouts at Jack and questions how he can be so heartless. Soon, the argument turns into a fight. John even tries to attack Jack for the water. The others quickly step in and stop them. They remind both of them that if they keep fighting like this, none of them will survive. At that very moment, Whale hears a strange sound. She looks ahead, and suddenly she sees a huge ship in the distance. Her eyes fill with hope. She quickly tells everyone, and when they see it, they all feel a new energy inside them. Finally, there is a chance to survive. On that ship, we meet its captain, Vlad. He brings all the workers aboard and saves them. He speaks calmly and tells them they are safe now. He gives them food and water. After eating, everyone feels relaxed for the first time. They think their nightmare is finally over, but they don't know. This is only the beginning of something even worse. After some time, Vlad takes them to a lonely island. There we meet Ellen, the owner of the island, along with her family. Ellen greets everyone with a smile and makes them feel welcome. Jack explains their situation and asks for help to reach Europe. Ellen calmly tells them not to worry. She promises that by the next morning, they will be sent to Europe safely. After that, she takes all of them to a big room where everything is ready for their rest. Beds, food, and comfort, everything is there. The workers feel surprised and start thinking that Ellen is a kind and helpful woman. Later that night, everyone goes for dinner. Whale is also on her way when Vlad comes near her and starts talking. During their conversation, he even tries to flirt with her. It becomes clear that he likes her, but Whale is not interested at all. She ignores him and walks away. Soon, everyone sits together to eat. That's when we meet a man named Chris. He is very rude and arrogant. While eating, he starts making fun of the workers. He says that Europe needs poor people like them to keep growing. His words are insulting and painful. Everyone feels hurt, but they stay quiet. No one wants trouble. Chris is not alone. Another man named Tony also joins him and starts insulting the workers. This time Zineb cannot control herself. She gets angry and gives a strong reply to Tony, but Jack quickly stops her. He tells her to stay calm and not create a problem. After some effort, Zineb controls her anger, and everyone continues eating in silence. Then, things take an even worse turn. Ellen's cousin, Victoria, makes a racist comment about Whale. She says that people like Whale are sitting with white people for the first time. Hearing this, Ellen's family laughs loudly. It becomes clear that they enjoy insulting them. Even after all this humiliation, the workers remain silent. They know they are not in a position to fight back. Suddenly, while everyone is eating, Toy collapses again. He faints in front of everyone. Whale gets terrified. She rushes to him, not knowing what to do. At that moment, a doctor named Ethan steps forward. He quickly takes Toy to a room and starts treating him. After some time, Toy finally regains consciousness. Seeing her brother awake again, Whale feels a deep sense of relief. For her, Toy is everything. She would do anything to protect him. Ethan then tells Whale to go and rest. He assures her that he will take care of Toy. Trusting him, Whale slowly leaves and goes to her room. But friends, the heat inside Whale's room is so intense that no one can sleep properly. The air feels heavy and suffocating. Somehow, after drinking some cold water, all the workers manage to fall asleep out of pure exhaustion. Now it's late at night. While Whale is sleeping, she suddenly hears a strange sound. Slowly, she turns back, and what she sees freezes her in fear. Toy is standing right in front of her, holding a gun. Whale's heart starts racing. She can't understand what is happening to her brother. Before she can even react, Toy suddenly points the gun at her and fires. At that exact moment, Whale wakes up. It was just a dream, but it felt completely real. Her breathing is fast and her body is covered in sweat. She has never seen such a terrifying nightmare before. But things don't get better. As soon as she looks around, she realizes something is very wrong. She is no longer in her room. Ellen has taken her and all the workers into a truck and is driving them somewhere. Whale is confused and scared. She doesn't even remember how she got into the truck. The other workers are just as clueless. No one knows where they are being taken. After some time, the truck stops deep inside a dense forest. Ellen makes everyone get down. Then she places weapons in front of them, and what she says next shocks everyone. She tells them that they are about to play a game, a deadly game. In this game, they will be hunted. At first, no one understands, but then the truth comes out, and it is far more horrifying than anything they imagined. Ellen and her family bring poor people like them to the island, just to hunt them for fun. This time, Whale and the others are their targets. Hearing this, everyone is filled with fear. They came here hoping for a better life, but instead they have walked straight into death. It feels like death is standing right in front of them, but they have no choice. Under Ellen's control, completely trapped, all the workers pick up the weapons and start running into the forest to save their lives. Whale, however, is deeply worried about her brother. Ellen has hidden Toy somewhere. She has no idea where he is. But before this deadly game started, Vlad had secretly told her something, that he would bring Toy near the church and she should meet him there. With no other option, Whale decides to trust him. And then the hunt begins. The workers run through the forest, trying to survive. On the other side, Ellen's family picks up their guns and starts chasing them like animals. Soon the violence begins. Chris fires a shot and it hits Lucky directly. She falls down, badly injured. Her condition becomes critical. Seeing his sister like that, John is completely broken. He tries everything to save her, but nothing works. In the end, Lucky dies. John's pain turns into anger. In rage, he attacks Chris. During the fight, he uses a knife and cuts off Chris's fingers. Chris screams in unbearable pain. But the nightmare doesn't stop. As the workers keep running, another bullet is fired, and this time, it hits Zineb. She dies instantly. Everyone is shocked and heartbroken. They couldn't save her. It becomes clear now. This is not just a game. This is a massacre. Every member of Ellen's family is involved. They are not normal people. They are monsters. Even the doctor is part of this cruel hunt. Meanwhile, back at the mansion, Ellen is sitting comfortably. She has locked Toy inside a room in her palace. And as all of this is happening, she watches the hunt like it's a show, enjoying every moment of it. On the other side, we see Whale running through the forest. Her only goal now is clear. She has to reach the church. That's the place where Vlad told her to come if she wants to find her brother. At the same time, in another part of the jungle, we see Chris. After losing his fingers, his pain has turned into pure anger. Now he wants revenge, especially from John. John is hiding behind some bushes trying to stay alive, but suddenly Chris comes from behind and attacks him. Before John can react, Chris brutally kills him. It's quick and terrifying. After John's death, only a few workers are left alive. Meanwhile, Whale is still moving carefully through the forest. She is hiding, running, and trying her best to avoid the hunters while making her way toward the church. At the same time, Ellen's daughter Mary is searching for the remaining workers along with her father Tony. Mary shows no mercy at all. In fact, she is enjoying the hunt like a game, but Tony feels uncomfortable. He tells Ellen that what they are doing is wrong and they should stop hunting innocent people. However, Mary immediately shuts him down. She says that poor people don't even deserve to live. Her words clearly show how cruel she really is. After some time, Mary and Tony finally locate the remaining workers. At the same time, we see Ellen helping them. She is tracking everyone using a device. It is revealed that she had secretly placed tracking chips inside the workers' weapons. That's how she always knows where they are. But Whale is smart. As soon as she realizes this, she removes all the trackers from the weapons and throws them away. Now Ellen can no longer track her. This gives Whale a small advantage. Soon after, Tony is seen walking alone in the jungle. Suddenly, Whale appears from behind and captures him. She has the chance to kill him, but Tony begs for his life. For a moment, Whale hesitates. She sees fear in his eyes, and she feels pity. In the end, she decides not to kill him. She lets him go, but with a warning. She tells him to go back and inform Ellen that she will save her brother at any cost. However, Jack and Malik are not happy with this decision. They know Tony can be dangerous later. Still, they stay silent. After some time, Jack is moving alone in the forest. Suddenly, Mary attacks him. A brutal fight begins between them. Jack tries his best to defend himself, but Mary is too strong and too cruel. In the end, she kills him without mercy. Now only Whale and Malik are left alive. When Whale hears about Jack's death, she feels completely shattered. One by one, everyone is dying. It feels like there is no hope left, but she cannot give up. On one side, her brother's life is at stake. On the other side, death is chasing her at every step. She knows that even one mistake can cost her everything. Meanwhile, back at the house, Vlad is quietly keeping his promise. He secretly takes Toy with him and starts moving toward the church. No one else knows about this. At the same time, Whale is also running toward the church as fast as she can. On the other side, Ellen brings water for her family members. They are all tired after the hunt, so they stop to rest for a while. Suddenly, Victoria breaks down. She starts crying in front of Ellen. The truth is, she doesn't like any of this. She never wanted to hunt people. She has been forced into this life because of Ellen. With tears in her eyes, she tells Ellen that she cannot kill anyone. She says all of this feels wrong. For a moment, Ellen listens, and then calmly tells her to go back home. Without wasting any time, Victoria gets into a car and drives away toward the house. After all this, Whale somehow manages to escape Ellen's sight and finally reaches the church. She quickly goes inside, breathing heavily, still scared but determined. There she finds Malik. He had also been hiding in the church to stay safe from Ellen's family. Now both of them sit quietly, waiting. Whale's mind is full of worry. She keeps thinking about her younger brother, where he is, whether he is safe, or if something bad has already happened to him. To calm the silence, Malik slowly starts talking about his past. He tells Whale that once he had a normal and happy life. He used to work in a restaurant with his wife. They were simple people, but they were happy together. But one day, everything changed. A huge bomb blast took his wife away from him. In just one moment, his whole world was destroyed. Since that day, he has been living all alone. Hearing this, Whale feels deep sympathy for him. Then Whale also shares her past. She tells him that during her childhood, she lived happily with her parents. But one day everything changed when some terrorists kidnapped her. Even after being kidnapped, she did not show fear. Instead, her courage impressed those terrorists. Because of that, they decided to keep her with them. They started training her, teaching her how to fight, how to survive, and how to attack. Within a short time, Whale learned everything. One day, those terrorists attacked a village, and Whale was with them. But during that attack, she saw a small child, Toy. The moment she saw him, something changed inside her. She couldn't harm him. Instead, she protected him. Slowly, she started caring for him, loving him like her own brother. From that day, they stayed together. If Toy had not come into her life, she might never have become a good person. After hearing her story, Malik feels respect for her courage and her heart. After some time, Vlad arrives at the church with Toy. Whale feels relief seeing her brother again, but at the same time, something feels off. On the way, Victoria notices that Whale and Malik are inside the church. Even though she earlier said she didn't want to be part of this, she still calls the others and tells them everything. She doesn't want anyone to escape. Meanwhile, Vlad hands Toy over to Whale. For a moment, everything feels safe, but suddenly, everything changes. As Whale, Malik and Toy prepare to leave, Vlad attacks Malik from behind. The truth is revealed. Vlad was never on their side. He was only pretending. His real intention is to kill Whale. A brutal fight begins between Vlad and Malik inside the church. They fight with full force. Taking advantage of this moment, Whale quickly hides with Toy inside the church. In the end, Malik loses. Vlad kills him. At that moment, Chris also arrives to help Vlad. Together, they search the entire church for Whale and Toy, but they cannot find them. Inside, Whale is hiding quietly, watching everything. Then she secretly looks outside and sees Toy running. But suddenly, a gunshot echoes. A bullet hits Toy. He falls to the ground. Whale's world shatters. She runs toward him, her heart racing. But when she reaches there, Toy is gone. There is no body, only blood on the ground. Seeing this, Whale believes the worst, that her brother is dead. And in that moment, something inside her breaks. Her fear turns into pure anger. She decides to take revenge. Just then, she hears Chris inside the church. Without thinking, Whale attacks him. Driven by rage, she brutally kills Chris. Then she finds Victoria and kills her as well. But even after this, her anger does not calm down. She wants to destroy everyone responsible. She starts moving toward the mansion to finish this once and for all. But on the way, suddenly an arrow hits her. She falls to the ground, unable to move. After some time, when she regains consciousness, she finds herself locked inside a room. Actually, what really happened is even more disturbing. Ethan had taken Whale to his lab while she was unconscious. He tied her up tightly. It becomes clear that this lab is not normal. He uses it to perform experiments on people. Now he is preparing to do the same with Whale, getting ready for a dangerous surgery. On the other side, we see Ellen, Toy, Mary, and Vlad sitting together at night, celebrating. They believe the hunt is over and they have won. During this, Ellen smiles and says she has a surprise. Then she brings Toy in front of them. Everyone is shocked. Toy is still alive. The bullet had only touched his ear, which is why he survived. Seeing this, Mary and Tony feel mixed emotions. They are angry that he didn't die, but at the same time, they are excited. For them, this just means a new prey to hunt. Meanwhile, Ethan is about to begin his operation on Whale, but Whale is not weak. Somehow, she manages to free herself from the ropes. And before Ethan can react, she attacks him. With full force and anger, she brutally kills him. Now she is back in the game. After some time, we see Mary and Tony again. Mary is full of excitement. She wants to kill Toy herself, so she decides to play a cruel game. Hide and seek. The rules are simple. Toy will hide, and once they find him, they will kill him. But they don't know one thing. Whale is still alive. As soon as the game starts, Toy runs and hides somewhere inside the house. Mary and Tony begin searching for him everywhere. At the same time, Whale quietly escapes from the lab and starts moving through the house. Elsewhere, Ellen and Vlad are sitting together. Vlad questions her, asking how long they will keep doing this, killing innocent people again and again. But Ellen shows no emotion. For her, this is just a game. Then we see Tony going into the kitchen to drink water. Suddenly, Whale appears from behind. Before Tony can understand anything, she attacks him and kills him with a knife. A few moments later, Ellen walks into the kitchen and sees Tony's dead body. Instantly, she understands. Whale is still alive. She quickly informs Mary and Vlad. Now all three of them become alert and start searching for Whale, but Whale is faster. One by one, she starts taking revenge. Soon she finds Mary and kills her too. Now only Ellen and Vlad are left. Ellen picks up a gun and starts searching the entire house. Her anger is at its peak. Suddenly she spots Toy. She starts chasing him. Toy runs as fast as he can, but in the end, Ellen catches him. She points the gun at him and is about to kill him, but at the last second, Whale arrives. She saves her brother. A brutal fight begins between Whale and Ellen. Both fight with everything they have. In the end, Whale wins. She kills Ellen in a painful and merciless way. Now Whale feels that everything is finally over. The nightmare is finished. She takes Toy with her, and both of them head toward the boat to leave the island. But fate has one last twist. Just as they are about to escape, Vlad attacks Whale from behind. He beats her badly. Whale becomes weak and injured. Toy can only watch helplessly as his sister suffers. Then Vlad grabs Whale's neck and starts choking her. Whale struggles to breathe. Her life is slipping away. But at that moment, Toy gathers courage. He picks up a bow and arrow and shoots. The arrow hits Vlad. He collapses and dies. Just like that, the final danger is gone. In the end, Whale and Toy survive everything together. Both of them get on the boat and finally leave the island. A new beginning after a nightmare. And with that, the story comes to an end. See you in the next video. If you like this story, don't forget to like and share. Thanks for watching.